My name is Jake Rayson. I'm a wildlife food forest garden designer. Sorry for the noise. We've got the carpenter in, so I'll just press ahead. So hopefully that's not too that's not too noisy. I wanted to talk about paths and kind of like what a garden design is about and why, you know, designing a garden. And a lot of it is like it's a design, it's a plan, it's an idea. The actual hard work comes in creating the paths and creating the beds and planting, you know, digging holes and putting plants in and weeding and all that stuff. But if you look at it as more like a plan of what, you know, what could be done with the space as well. So, and if you're going to make it, then you might as well make it look nice. You might as well make it appealing and attractive to humans, because and accessible as well, because the more accessible it is, the more useful it is, the more time people will spend in the garden, and which is kind of good for everybody. So I just want to show you the I've been working on the veg patch yesterday, and today I've got quite a lot to do in the next couple of hours. I'm working on the Mediterranean garden up here, and the idea is to kind of maintain. I've got a curved path, this one here, this kind of broad 1.6 meter wide curved path. This is a main access path, so it's 1.6 meters wide, and that's from the house up to the frame yard, what was called the frame yard, and behind the northern wall of the wall garden, the red being the walls. And it's a direct route because there's an awful lot going on there. There's water, there's compost, there's possibly potting shed, there's storage, and it's accessing down here to the veg garden as well, and there's access to the house. So you want that triangulation between a kind of functional area of the frame yard with the function of the annual vegetable beds and perennial vegetable beds, and then that and an access route. But also, because it's the warmest spot, I want to plant loads of figs and beautiful plants there. But before I get to that point, I really need to kind of sort out the structure of it, and all this is really is sorting out the paths so that you can get the right width beds and you can get access to those beds. On this south wall here, I'm going to be putting herbs, a lot of Mediterranean herbs. Oh crikey, rosemary and thyme and all the other ones. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've got a bit of a head cold. So what I've done is I've traced the paths from the old maps, and this is like a path from I think it's beginning of the 20th century, and you can see where the pink is, and so I kind of want to follow that to keep the same structure. So likewise, in this path here, the main access path, I'm following that curve. Yeah, and with this secondary path, there's the big circle. That's the kind of big circle. So it's kind of touching on that. So, but it's also following these beds, which traditionally the rectilinear beds, which follow them around. So I'm kind of keeping it almost. And what's nice is to have the land that you've got, the space that you've got, to keep the beds actually quite small. You can screen them with plants, but if they're relatively narrow, they're much easier to access from either side. Yeah, so I'm kind of bearing that in mind as well. So I'll just let me save it, but I'll just get rid of that circle, which is a guide, and I'll hide the pink paths, and I'll just delete these out of the way. So these kind of guides of where the bed should be, and then you can see, oh yeah, that's the path, and this is how it comes in here. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. And then I'll make it a 1 meter path, so offset 1 meter. Oopsie, where are you? Come on, that's not. There we go. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's kind of following the existing form. I still got a bit of work to do up here, because where paths meet is kind of quite an important space as well. So I kind of got the feeling that this space at the top here, it needs like a circular sort of thing going on, but just to be like a roundabout basically, to be able to combine the different paths together, so they meet at a focal point. And then this is enough space here for a kind of social area. Again, access access to the house, access to the glass house, access to the garden, full sun, herbs, and yeah. So you can see the kind of thinking about it, the general direction used. And this is before you even get into any plants. You know, there's like a load of plants. I love the plant bit as well, but this is access and kind of defining areas. Yeah. So I hope that's an insight into the design process. And it really, you know, it's not rocket science. It's just putting paths where you think people will use them, and areas how people will use different areas. Right then, the carpentry started again. I hope that's useful. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe. Where's my hand? Do subscribe. Click the subscribe button if you like it. And yeah,